You're not on yet, right?
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear you, man.
I bet you heard me a whole lot better than that.
Now, yep.
Ooh, you're buzzing though. Something's buzzing. Am I buzzing? There we go. That's better. There we go. Well, all technical difficulties aside, it's nice to be here.
Is it?
That's all right.
You're doing coffee now?
Yes, I am, sir.
Why is that? What are you, insane? What's going on?
We've been on the air together for 4 years, and just now you decided to ask that question.
Well, this is different, though. Why?
This is different.
You are feeding the insomnia. What's going on? Why are you drinking that? What's in there?
Straight up black coffee.
Really? Why?
Yes, sir.
Why now?
My kids wanted to go over to Target about an hour ago, and I had time to kill, and I wanted to read a story and read a book, but I didn't want to spend $1 million at Starbucks while I waited for them, so I cheapskated it and got some black coffee and read 2 short stories by Joyce Carol Oates and had a wonderful
evening.
Good? Both great. Yeah. I've never sampled her before, and boy, is she good. Holy shit. She's a really good writer.
She is a really good writer, and she's had some really good quotes.
Well, my God, and she's been around for... just a workhorse.
Is she still alive?
She's still alive. She just
Yeah.
dropped a book. I think her third of the year. maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know she wrote she seems to mostly dabble in criminals and criminal behavior, and it's
Really?
fun.
She's I've heard the name forever, but
Yeah.
she recently read a bunch of things, but recently read one thing where her husband said, "Oh, I see a review of your latest novel in the paper. You want to hear it?" She goes, "No." And he said, "Why not?" And she said, "If I hear it and it's good, I'll be too buzzed.
Mm-hmm.
And if I hear it and it's bad, I'll be too ticked off.
Right.
And I am going to have a writing day, and that's not going to bother me." So,
like we were talking about last night at the end of the show, I suppose, with Cherry, same kind of stuff.
You bet.
Yeah. But a collection of short stories from last year, and again, it's all about just crime and criminals, and the short stories that basically span the length of 1964 to like 2006, and it's just it's great stuff.
What made you got you on that?
I was in the mood for short stories. I've been itching for short fiction, and I thought, why not? And everywhere I looked said, if you haven't done Joyce Carol Oates's short stories, you're really missing something, and they may be right.
Right.
I've only done 2, and they're both fantastic. So
yeah. There used to be. I used to subscribe. Francis Ford Coppola used to do a quarterly. I mean, we're talking 25 years ago.
Is that like American Zoetrope?
Yeah. American Zoetrope published it. It was just the name of the. It was just a paperback, and it was story, and that was it. And there'd be like 10 of them, in a thing, and some, like any of them, some of them you like good, some you like that's awesome.
Yeah.
So all over the place, but you don't know until you. But the thing about a short story is it's such a relatively small investment.
Yeah, no, it's
you don't like it. On to the next. Yeah.
My kids were shopping at Target for an hour. I had an hour to kill. I swallowed a short story.
You know whose short stories are really good, but they disturb me? Flannery O'Connor.
Oh no, she's supposed to. No, I've read almost all of hers, and they're all. The right word for her is disquieting.
Don't if you want to sleep, don't. Because it's not even, they're not horror. They're just the worst of the human condition.
Yes, they are.
She captures in a way that you're like, oh no, this is,
Well, she's great because she just, what's interesting about her too is actually if you read her in the vein you're talking about is one thing. If you read her as funny, she's actually very funny too. I mean, because it's like the worst possible outcomes, and if you're amused by that sort of thing, which potentially I am.
Well, it depends on the mood you're in too. It depends. But sometimes it's like music. If you're in the mood for a certain piece, and you hear it, it's great. But sometimes the music puts you in the mood. And same thing with a story. Sometimes you're thinking, oh, I wanted something funny. All of a sudden you start reading something scary. You're like, oh, this is really good. I wouldn't have picked this.
Yeah, the Oates story I read tonight, which actually was very Flannery O'Connor-esque, was about 2 less than intelligent brothers in the Depression era story, and they've been dispatched by their loud of an uncle to go kill someone in the next town over, and they go and they start shooting at the guy, and they're bad shots, and the guy says, "What are you doing?" Like, "We're trying to kill you. Our uncle told us to kill you." He's like, "Tell you, what's he paying you?" He's like, $50 each. He's like, "I'll pay you $100 if you go back and kill him."
There you go. That's a way to keep your wits about you.
Absolutely, it's great.
And your life.
It's great.
I would say there have been many short stories that I like, but the one that I still just dropped me in my tracks the first time I read it, and I read it again just to make sure. Ernest Hemingway.
Oh yeah.
The short happy life of Francis Macomber. Oh my God!
I don't think I've read that. I'll have to add that to the roster. Cool. Well, we're talking about short fiction here, which is good because we're marching up to next Wednesday, back to the author circle. You going to make it?
No, I told you I'm gone that night. That's why we're not doing the show. Are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were talking about last Wednesday when you didn't do the show, but that's.
I know. Wednesdays are becoming a problem.
Wednesdays are becoming problematic. Very good, very good. Well, it will be a rerun because, of course, I do have to run.
Right. Oh, that's right. I talked to AJ. AJ will not be on tonight. He was called me. He and his parents. They were going to north. I believe it's Sheboygan, north and south.
They better be careful.
The agents. Somebody knows the quarterback, and it's just
of course
thrilled.
They do. Of course,
yeah, of course. Yeah, but he was thrilled to be going, but bummed about the show. And I said, "Oh, we'll be back on all next week. And then after I hung up, I was like, nope, not Wednesday.
Most of next week.
Right. But he'll be happy about the author circle. We got to get that to him.
Yeah.
Because.
Well, until then, I should play the theme because this has felt like a very inappropriate show without this. I feel naked. Here we go.
Oh. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack.
And what's that crazy thing at the bottom? Why, that's the, if you want to jump in for the first half hour before Dr. Begg gets in, if you have you want to get something off your chest, off your mind, off your foot, you got fungus, whatever, type in that link and I might let you in. Yeah, if you want to get in, you might get off. We'll see how that goes. Got to get up if you want to get down. So anyway, I'll leave that up there for a little while. Jot it down with your pencil.
Jot it. Oh my God.
And I also put the link in the description over at Facebook. So if you want to just click, you can just click through. Jump in the show, yell at us, tell us, call Jack any name in the book, and he'll call you two in return.
Jew? Why do I call him Jew in return? I've never returned a Jew.
In return, that's for sure.
No, you're the Jubano, but
Speaking
you're not
of,
Jew.
I went to see Golda today with my mom.
Today? You were going to go the other day. How was it?
Today. It was actually really good. I was impressed. It's
tell us who plays Golda.
That would be Golda Meir, as played by Helen Mirren, Dame Helen Mirren, I believe.
Yes,
she's great. She was terrific. It was funny because it's the only gripe I would have with the movie is that it's the wrong title because you don't really. It's not. You think it's going to be a biopic or something,
right? And
in fact, it's not. It's more of a history lesson / political thriller. And it's.
Is it completely like a history, or is it a historical novel where they take liberty?
No. I would say it's pretty close. I haven't seen anyone in any reviews saying, I'm sure they compressed, and I think they glossed over some stuff. It was actually a bullet of a movie. It was only like an hour and 40 minutes. So it really just kind of flew by. And it's the Yom Kippur War, 1973, when Egypt decided, hey, Israel. And then Egypt called Syria. Yeah, they called Rice Krispies. No, they called Syria and said, "Hey, you want to throw in on this invasion of Israel thing?" And they're like, "Oh, that's great." So it's really interesting. I did not know how close Israel was to being snuffed out by some tactical errors.
If they are being true, do you think it's? But you have confidence in this, yes?
I do. I mean, it's such recent history that I think if they went and took a lot of liberties, people could easily call them on the fence. There's enough documentation and news footage and news coverage of that Yom Kippur War that it was like a 19-day, 20-day thing. But no, early on, Golda Meir was like, was just very restrained, and I think her restraint may have caused some casualties and fatalities in a big swatch of her army.
It's easy. It's always I should have done this. It's in retrospect. I mean, you think you don't know. Always.
They tap into something really interesting that I have to look it up, but they kind of intimate that a member of her cabinet may trouble.
Kyle Schwarber just led off with a home run against the Brewers.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
One pitch, one down.
I guess you got to play AJ tonight too, don't you? But
no. Sorry, it just the angle was weird. Okay, so what are you tapping into? What's going on?
So they essentially said that it's possible a member of her cabinet may have been a traitor of some sort. He actually disabled an early warning system that would have tipped them off that there was a larger influx at the borders than they thought. And so I don't know if I'm not sure what the veracity is of that, as they say. So
the thing, it's funny you say that. Well, first of all, I want to say Moshe Dayan. Was there somebody?
Yes,
was he in there?
Yes, he sure is. Wow, he was interesting. He's an interesting character too.
Oh my God, he's the guy whenever I think of Israel, I think of Golda and Moshe.
Yeah.
Because he had the eye patch, right?
Yes.
Very, very distinctive looking. Anyway, but
he was ready to dust off the nukes. By the way, he was just like, okay, we're nuking them. He went
you gotta have those guys.
Well, and it was
because
really bad losses. He was
right.
like, okay, I'll show you losses.
Right. And because then it makes the other. It's like you go to the extreme, then you get back to reasonable.
Yeah.
So, but you need somebody to be
slept
pushing
on it. Yeah, he did. She actually told him go home and sleep on this because he was shaken by the amount of losses they had on the first night of the first wave of the invasion. Oh my God! I mean, it was like a lot of like 300 tanks in one night. Which is bad.
How many do they have? I mean, Israel's not huge.
No, but we did. I believe the United States frequently would say, "You got a friend in me."
Yeah, well, good.
Although Nixon was going, problem was Nixon was ankle deep in Watergate, and Kissinger was the main buddy of still taking Golda Meir's calls, and they had a great actor who I love, and I haven't seen him in a while. Is a guy named Liev Schreiber. Just a phenomenal actor. God, is he good?
Yeah, he's good. What was he? He played so many parts. He had a series.
A series that was really good, and I can't remember the name of the series. I knew
he was a hard ass in the series.
Yeah.
And then he played. Is it Jerry Quarry, the boxer? He did a biopic of this boxer. It was really good. He's really good at it. But he was really good. And he played in something in Leopold. What's the Meg Ryan?
Kate and Leopold?
Kate and Leopold, yeah. He was like turned out to be a good guy. He was like not a good guy at first.
Funny you mentioned Meg Ryan. So he had a lot
Did you get another plastic surgery?
Let's be nice.
I asked. I didn't say, whoa.
Let's not pick on the aged American actresses now. But it's funny you mention her because she hasn't done a lot in quite some time, except for potentially a lot of, road work. And she has a movie coming out with the cat from the X-Files, David Duchovny.
He hasn't done anything either.
No, they've both been pretty quiet, and it's interesting. She actually, I believe, wrote and directed this movie too, and it looked kind of interesting. And I had to lean over to my mom because it's essentially a rom-com, and I leaned over to my mom and said, "How appropriate that one of my father's favorite genres is well represented today on the trailers. You would have been in this movie. Doesn't matter the quality; it could have been the worst rom-com on the planet, and there are plenty." He would have been there day one, hour one at the North Shore for any rom-com opening up, especially with Meg Ryan or Julia Roberts or someone like that.
Well, that's a huge part of the book I'm working on is it, and I tell people that I'm writing a rom-com now.
You? What do you know about rom?
But
we know you get the com, but where's the rom?
But basically, what they're saying is men can't write a rom-com.
How dare they? Well, that's sexist.
Well, what do you feel about that movieola?
Oh, like the trailer I saw today?
No. What do you think of that statement?
Oh, no, I think that's actually patently false. Although I do think that I think we're discriminated against when it comes to rom-coms, actually, because the genre does play, for better or worse, the main buyers of that genre are women. I mean, that's just
arguably
the
best rom-com.
Careful now.
Of all time.
Yes.
Ever. Mm-hmm. In the history of,
I better put the link back up if people want to dispute this.
Cine.
Yes.
Moonstruck.
It's up there. I couldn't call it number one.
Name one's better.
Oh, that's easy. The Philadelphia Story with Katharine Hepburn.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw the Philadelphia Story?
When I was like 3 because it was black and white.
Oh boy. Jack, you need your ADHD medicine again. We're watching a black and white movie.
God. All right, top 5 for
top
sure.
5. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Actually, When Harry Met Sally, I would put it in the top 5. That's like just iconic.
It is. And Nora wrote that one, but with help. I mean,
nobody gets rom-com. You know, the problem with rom-coms in cinema is that nobody gets them right because they think you need to lean into the rom, and they overdo it, and it gets a little saccharine and syrupy. Whereas, like When Harry Met Sally, that movie's got teeth. I mean, that thing's got bite. It's not.
Yes.
The best rom-coms for me, and Moonstruck is the same way. the best rom-coms are pretty nasty for the bulk of their running time until the end.
The snowflake speech that Nicolas Cage gives in Moonstruck is one of the best ever. And you go, yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
But it's not true. I mean, it's not funny. But yes, and Harry Met Sally, what's the line? Oh, I was talking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Fisher,
yes,
delivers as the friend when she and who'd she marry? The guy who doesn't like
Bruno Kirby.
Yeah. And he goes, well, this goes with the room. And he goes, something about having good taste. She goes, well, everybody thinks they have a great sense of humor and good taste. And that's just not true. I mean, it's one of the best lines. I'm butchering it terribly, but
right.
That's one of those things where you don't go, but when you think about it, you go, holy shit, that's funny.
The master of the male rom-com,
who?
And it's controversial, of course, but Woody Allen wrote some of the best romantic comedies ever. Annie Hall and Manhattan, of course, is a little troubling for people, but
of course.
But even going, he's really good at it, and he's got a movie that's not actually his first film in a foreign tongue. He made a French movie, and it's supposed to be great. I guess the reviews are stellar for it, but it will never get screened in America. Some streaming service might pick it up. No, people are still smarting over.
Well, he's had some
allegations,
but he's had some sins. Midnight in Paris.
Yeah, Midnight. Well, yeah. I mean, he did plenty since but they resurfaced in a big way when his actual son, Ronan Farrow, started stirring the pot up about 5 years ago, and they put a documentary out there, and then everyone he became like the face of Me Too, and it's just
Did you see it? The documentary?
I did.
And
all I can say
disturbing.
is well, it's disturbing on both counts though, because it's the only thing you can say when you walk away from it is both Mia Farrow, Woody Allen are batshit insane, deserved each other
very much, and very much so.
It's just a typical Hollywood, or at least the New York version of Hollywood type story. Everyone involved had something to gain and something to lose, and it's just a messed up situation. And it's a damn shame that instead of trying to ruin everybody else's career, maybe they just settled. Just cut a damn check and walk away.
Well, and they were, and this is not anything with the allegations, but they were adopting kids left and right, and they were kind of
she was,
yes,
yeah.
Before Brad and Angelina, all of a sudden, they're like, okay, we're going to do this too.
Good idea,
yeah, because it always works out so well.
Yeah.
But interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's sad and it's unfortunate. Woody wrote a book called Apropos of Nothing, which is a great title. And it really just him spilling out his whole what he thought of that whole. It was partially biographical of his time as a stand-up comic and filmmaking, but then he added all of that in there as much from his perspective, and of course you don't know what's true and what's not, and in those stories usually the people who are saying the talking don't know the truth either, so it's but it's an interesting take and it's worth reading, and I think if you read it you'll come away like, all right, this is a big disaster. So what are you gonna do? It's a mess.
It is a mess. It's
he's actually should be considered in the pantheon of American filmmakers and directors as one of the greats, alongside Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas and Spielberg.
You think Coppola's up there?
I do. Oh God, anybody who makes The Godfather already gets a pass. This year in, he made some bad movies, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you can't. If you're always swinging for the fences, you're going to have strikeouts. There's just no. Well,
he admitted later that actually he had on bad years for his winery is when he would take certain directing jobs, and so he knew. He was he made a movie called Jack with Robert. No offense, Jack with Robin Williams. It's just god awful, and he's like, oh yeah, we knew it was bad.
Right.
So what are you gonna do?
And the thing is with him, I really, I read, I didn't read the whole thing, the Robert Evans thing.
Oh sure, the kid
and he just said how good Coppola was at selling people and twisting them into his that they were just suckered into it, and
He's Italian.
that's how,
what do you want?
that's how the Cotton Club got so screwed up.
Oh well,
he got blamed.
What else made the Cotton Club screwed up was mountain ranges of white powder.
Right. Well, that was everywhere at that time.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, a couple. Yes.
I actually like the Cotton Club.
Did you? I've never seen it.
There's he retooled it. He probably said, "Hey, I'm going to give this a re-edit, not on Coke," and it turned into a relatively decent movie. I think it's streaming on Amazon Prime. You can catch it.
Interesting you say that, because he retooled. Or I think he retooled. Didn't he? What's the Redux? Yeah. Did he retool it? What's that all about?
He retooled it and added in a bunch of extra footage. I think that sadly that Redux version is a far lesser movie than the theatrical cut, which isn't always the case, but this time it is. It was cool to see I liked it when I first saw it because it was fun to see footage I had never seen before, because I love that movie and I've seen it quite a few times. So the first initial screen was fun.
You have endurance.
No, I like that.
I don't mean time. I just mean it's a gut twister.
It's grueling, although I would argue Full Metal Jacket and Platoon are far more grueling than that one when it comes to Vietnam era films. I've always loved that movie. It's did you ever watch the documentary the making of called Hearts of Darkness? Not Heart, it was based on Conrad's Heart of Darkness. Yeah. So his wife Eleanor Coppola was running cameras as Francis and everyone were losing their minds in the jungle. And I love it when they called Dennis Hopper to come in. They're like, "Oh, what have we got here?"
Yeah. There you go.
Like, hey, man, we're doing a movie, man. It's big, all right. So, and everyone kept saying, "Get a leash."
All right, you hang on. I don't want to talk any more movies because we could do this all night. I just want to get a couple words in, and then I'm coming back to the movies because it's and you watch for Dr. Ben. In the meantime, Mr. Bob's looking for all kinds of help. Gently used tennis shoes, bedding, pants for men. You can make hygiene packs, which are like basically your hotel size or your airline size things, and glue them together. You can there's a wish list for Mr. Bob's on Amazon.com. There's so many ways to give.
Do they have those hygiene products on Amazon?
I don't know.
Okay, otherwise just go to Target and get those little, whatever, Walgreens or whatever.
Right. Get your airplane packs and drop them off there. Mondays and Thursdays are the drop-off nights. Tomorrow morning is the outreach to the people in the park. So there's so many ways to help. So if you could, and Mr. Bob, I told you last night I saw him yesterday. He is a force of nature, and he's got so many wonderful people working there.
Has he? I was to that extent. Has he installed the new? Because he had some new director type people coming in, and
yep.
So is that?
He didn't install them. They were there as hands-on volunteers. So now their role is just kind of shifted up. But they were there last night too. Dave and Les, that married couple, wonderful. Java
House. Bob can breathe a little bit, maybe.
What's that?
give Mr. Bob
but
he can't stop.
Give him a chance, and you go there, and there are people there to help you bring the stuff in, and there he is. He's just right there. Hey, Henke, what are you doing? Come in here. Come in,
Mr. Bob.
Yes, Mr. Bob. Java House. I got this approved by Lisa. Of course, what was she going to say? If she didn't approve it, I was going to say it anyway. We've renamed this month. Do you have any idea what it possibly could be?
Well, we call it September normally, so we're going to lose September and name it something else. I don't know what.
In honor of Java House, we're going to call it September.
Oh, very nice.
and
Henke and Associates is so powerful that they actually will rename months.
Absolutely.
It's just
it used to be Led September, but now it's September. So
Jimmy Page was
just. And it's Savor Day and Sunday this weekend, so enjoy them very well. Mel's, they had the big opening yesterday of the groundbreaking, but today was the first day of September, and the whole month of September at Olson's Piggly Wiggly in Cedarburg. There's the roundup for Mel's. You have an opportunity to do that for an entire month.
All right.
Also, we're only two weeks from tomorrow is Bags for Busick, and it's the biggest cornhole event in Ozaukee County, which always to me I always want to say pornhole. I don't know what the deal is with cornhole, but
I'm out of that business now. I'm all done.
Are you? Well, for now.
Dirk Diggler has put it away.
But Rossman and Andy are going to be participating on a team, and it's worth going just for that.
They're going to win, you know.
Oh, God.
I mean, game over, man.
It's so funny, the differences. We saw them yesterday at the event for the groundbreaking, and Rossman comes up, hugs, kisses me on the cheek. Andy's like, they're so different. Batman and Robin.
I feel like Andy wakes up in the morning. He's just on. He has an on switch, and he just goes.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. But Bags for Busick, go to register at Bags for, and it's the number 4, and then Busick is Buczek. So, or go to Mel's; they'll direct you the right way to go.
There you go.
September 23rd, 3 weeks from tomorrow, is the Mel's Run Walk, the 5K Run Walk that's connected to the pig roast. However, it's the day before, and there's a new route this year. In the past, it's always been from Cedars 3. Right. Now it is at the All Children's Playground in Cedarburg on Evergreen Boulevard. The start and stop is there, but don't worry, even though you're in a different spot, From Scratch Catering will be there with the greatest pancakes in flippin' history.
That's going to work better, I imagine, because I know that they kind of had to close off the street over there, and it was always a little awkward with parking and getting around. And at All Children's, at least they can spread out a little more. I'm thinking maybe that was the.
They'll have to close off the street.
Well,
there.
Yeah, but I mean, at least.
But I'm thinking this is better for them because the pig roast is such a thing to set up for, and have an event the day before. That's got to hinder that. So I would think it's going to be a better deal all the way around. But then the pig roast is Sunday, the September 24th, and the agent Doug Bocchini is going to have. You can win a Kohler shower install. Worth like $15,000.
I'm a renter, so that's great. I wonder if my landlord would be like, "Hey, I just want a bathroom." We'd be like, "Yes."
I'm going to enter just to get in. And if I win, Doug will be so mad and say, "I don't want it. Just give me. I tell you what. Give me $7,500 cash. I'll take it. I'll take halfsies." But that's 3 weeks from Sunday, so it is coming on, boys. It is coming up. And the thing is, too, if you can sign up early, it would really help Mel's, because then they know how much food to order, and it would help you because you can go to Mel's World Headquarters on Washington Avenue, across from the aforementioned Piggly Wiggly, and you can pick up your packets on Sunday, September 10th, Monday, September 11th, and Thursday, September 14th. And the advantage to that is there are long lines. Once you get to Mel's thing, it is a thing. So there's going to be some lines. Today, birthdays of honor.
Yes.
Some of them, Gloria Stefan.
Yeah. My dad liked her a lot.
Your dad was very kind. He was very kind. 1953, Zendaya. Margot had it? Zendaya?
Yeah, the second time.
Zendaya?
Yep.
Yeah, it's her birthday. Born in 96.
She's actually a hell of an actor. They don't like actors anymore, so I will say actor.
She was good in...
She was in Spider-Man. She's really good.
World's Greatest Showman.
Oh, yeah. I've actually never seen
She was good in that. Dr. Phil.
It's not about you.
Yeah, it is. Can you guess the year that Dr. Phil was born on this date?
I'm just going to throw it out there and say 1951. Well, I don't. If you had taken a vote of the House, then no one would have gotten as close as me. Just so you know.
1950. You went over. It's like if you go $1 over in the Showcase Showdown, that's it, bub. You're out.
Every time you lob these trivia questions at me, I'm like a millimeter away, and you're like, "Oh,
a millimeter?
God, fucking hell's sake!"
Would it?
I mean, how far could you be?
If Oppenheimer was a millimeter off, there'd have been a big problem.
Some could say they were, but that's
okay. Rocky Marciano, The Rock, 1923, undefeated heavyweight boxer. Barry Gibb. Yeah. Very good. 1946.
Did you ever see
Lil-
Jimmy Fallon on the SNL do the Very Good Talk Show?
Oh no.
Oh, it's masterful. I'm gonna send you the clip. You'll love it.
Lily.
He has Robin with him. He brings on like he'll bring on like political notables like Ariana Huffington or whatever, and then he'll ask some very searing questions, and then he'll say, "Robin, do you have anything to add?" And then Robin will just go, "No, I don't."
They did some great shit. Lily Tomlin. Any guesses?
Oh, she's got to be like 42, 43. I added 2 years this year just to cover my ass.
you gotta have more years than that to cover that thing. 1939.
Wow.
Conway Twitty.
Well, he's gone.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. He's probably like 29, 30.
33.
Right.
I've never heard of this one. Bam Bam Bigelow.
He's a WWF wrestler.
Oh, okay.
With a tattooed skull.
Okay. Glad I don't know that one. It's like I'm glad I'm not good at bowling. Edgar Rice Burroughs, 1875.
Yeah.
Boxcar Willie, 1931.
Speaking of the album as seen on TV.
Here's a big one.
Yes.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Another television
I'll
album.
sing you to sleep.
Huge.
After the lovin'.
So you had Boxcar Willie, Slim Whitman, Richard Clayderman, who was like a pianist, I guess.
Clayderman.
Yeah, all these guys who would sell.
I got a pianist for you.
There was a what's her name? Christy Lane, I think. She would sell like Bible albums on television. 1995, cash, check, or COD.
COD. That's right.
Good old
COD.
Can you believe we lived in a country that trusted COD?
Just send it over. I'll give it to you. Okay, Boxcar Willie.
Now, what's the address? Well, you got to go up County VV. You got to head up 2 dirt trails, and I'll give you your cash on delivery.
Oh, man.
It's like layaway. Cash on delivery and layaway. So trusting.
Oh, layaway.
And my next door neighbor, I remember how cool it was at JCPenney. He had a stereo on layaway for like 2 years.
A stereo on layaway. Like, see the stereo. I think I own one of those. There's plastic components everywhere. Just terrible.
You turn it on and the whole thing starts to breathe. It's like, it's great. I love it.
What year do you think Engelbert Humperdinck was born?
Engelbert's probably like 39, 40 in that area too, I imagine.
I don't think this is correct because it says 1854.
Maybe it's a different Engelbert. Maybe it's the Explorer.
Maybe it's the original.
Maybe it's a barrister.
It's not the guy that the women are throwing their keys to.
More than likely not.
Okay, here's the movie headline for you.
Okay.
Do you see is it Oppenheimer or Oppenheimer? What is it?
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer passes Deadpool 2. Did you see this?
No, what? No, I know. I saw that it actually. Go ahead. I think it's like
to become the number 2 highest grossing R-rated movie ever.
Yeah, I saw the headline just in passing this morning, and yeah, it's crazy. I mean, who?
What's the number 1 R-rated?
Oh hell, Jesus, I don't know.
Ever,
like a Terminator movie or something, or
no? I will tell you, the lead character is Dade.
As in
real life. In real life.
Okay.
The lead actor
is Dade.
Dade.
Is it not alive anymore?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know any other kind of Dade?
Yeah, well, when you get that cash on delivery album, they become Dade. I don't know. I'm flummoxed.
Joker.
Oh. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know it was number 1. Jeez.
Number 1.
Speaks volumes about where we are culturally and sociologically.
Yes.
I had to watch it again and again and again. You ever watch Joker?
No, but I saw Creed do a good imitation on The Office.
Okay.
So that's good. The number 2, it's the number 2 highest grossing biopic of all time.
That's insane.
What is number 1?
Number 1 biopic. Oh my God. See, I'm paltering.
He's also Dade.
Okay.
2 Dades. Two number 1s, 2 Dades. I think death has something to do with it.
Neither one of them are collecting checks anymore, clearly. I don't know. Fill me in.
Come on, you
I
got to
don't know.
guess. You're the movie dude.
The Hurricane. Ali. I have no idea. I'm just so.
I was
Malcolm X.
I was surprised by this. Bohemian Rhapsody.
I'm not surprised. That movie, yeah, that really got a zeitgeist thing going too. Yeah. People loved it. I thought it was fine. I didn't love it. It was fine.
It's good.
Yeah, it was fine. I'm
There's
not a
some
big
good
Queen,
parts.
not a big Queen guy though.
Ugh.
I know.
Ugh.
I get that from everybody.
No, no, you don't. All right. Did you also know about Oppenheimer? That it was filmed in only 60 days?
They were going to tack on some extra time, but he actually saved some money or something. I saw that.
He sliced the budget
Yeah.
of actual filming to spend it on building sets.
Yeah. Which is
Very cool.
impressive. Very, very impressive. Have you gone to that thing yet or no?
No, and I want to.
care of that, will
You kept ditching out last week, but did you know last Sunday was like the $4 national?
I did know. Yes, we were actually. That was the day Mom and I were going to go see Golda, and then I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, let's tap the brakes, Mom."
You were going to go to Barbie.
I think it's going to be a little busy, a little mobbed.
In 1950, more movie stuff for you.
Bring it.
1954. This film saw its wide release. I don't know if it was the actual debut, but this is the first day of wide release. Considered one. Don't you be Googling. I see you're widely considered to be one of the finest movies ever made.
54 finest movies ever made. Vertigo. No, that's too early for Vertigo. Was it Hitchcock though?
You can't.
I don't know.
So you don't know. It was Hitchcock.
It was Hitchcock.
Mhm.
54. Then I guess we'd be North by Northwest.
Oh, I love that one. That one I actually saw. Them
Good for you, man.
climbing on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. What I love about that is that Martin Landau plays one of the killers. How perfect.
And who is the
James
female
Mason
lead
is
actor?
James.
Barbara
Cary
Stanwyck?
Cary Grant, of course, and the who's the
No,
woman?
the woman.
Eva Marie Saint. I think
Eva
is her
Marie
name.
Saint.
Yeah. I'm doing well there. I just don't know the 54 movie. The Trouble with Harry. I don't know what was Hitchcock. Dial M for Murder. What was he doing in 54? I don't know. I'm
Are you
dying
kidding me?
here.
You are
I got you,
killing
Eva
me.
Marie.
I give you
Eva Marie
softball.
Saint.
I get you
delivered on a
softballs.
platter.
Softball.
Eva Marie
Softball.
Saint.
This is the biggest. This is like not even. Remember those kiddie balls they used to have for the for little kids?
I love those. The only
That's what this is. Rear window.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Well, it's great. It's sick. It's one of the great voyeur movies of our time.
true. It's supposed to be also one of the most
I haven't watched it in a while. I need to. Raymond
parodied.
Burr.
Parodied. No,
Raymond Burr's
well,
the bad guy. Is the heavy.
he's the bad guy. But
He's the bad guy.
and you know
the
what?
heavy.
Yes, and Raymond Burr,
Mhm.
I must say,
Yes.
one of the most overrated series of all times.
Perry Mason.
Yes.
It's not a great.
You know
show.
why?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's eminently watchable.
that's the thing. It's very watchable. That's the thing.
It's very. I watched it when I was working second shift,
Uh-huh.
and it used to be on 11 o'clock. Okay, here we go. Before I get into my, they would have some.
Still is, by the way.
What's that?
It still is, by the way. I think on MeTV it's on at 11.
Yeah, and there would be there's no way, no solving, no thing is blah, blah, blah. You know, it doesn't make any sense. All of a sudden, they get to the courtroom and Perry'd say, "An unknown to you, we found this." You know, and they'd bring out something they never shared with anybody on the show, and then it'd be like, "Oh God!"
One of my favorite
Who
Mel Brooks jokes: "Unbeknownst to you, but knownst to us."
What was his private dick's name?
That would be Paul Drake.
Paul Drake.
Lantern-jawed Paul Drake. Actually, my writing partner and I, we proposed a couple years ago. I said, "Hey, let's write a show called
Drake.
Drake."
To your writing partner?
Oh, well, yeah, 25 years ago. We're still trying to get an annulment. But
Don't go to the same judge. No wonder the judge didn't like you.
You again. No, I said we should write a series called Drake, where it's just like, because we never saw enough, because I think Paul Drake was out there. He was getting information for Perry all the time. How do you think he was getting that information? Hey, baby, I'll meet you up at the Motel 6.
They never show you. All of a sudden, he'd just walk into the office and have something.
He had something. And I know how he either got that something by roughing somebody up or roughing somebody up.
You know what else? Perry never smiled. I don't think even once.
It's so funny you're bringing up Mr. Mason today. I watched part of it this morning because I was off because I work tomorrow. And I think I caught half a grin at the end of the show today. It's so
Well,
funny
a little smirk, like the audience
Yeah.
didn't know that one.
Right.
But the other thing I didn't like, whenever he'd introduce himself, he'd say, "My name is Mason," and then you just leave it at that. He wouldn't say, "My name is Bond, James Bond." No wonder he didn't get any chicks. Perry was a weirdo.
He was celibate.
He was not celibate. He was doing the solo gig. I'll tell you that.
That's why we got to do a new Perry. I want to do a show called Drake. It's Perry Mason from Paul Drake's perspective, and I think it'd be brilliant. I think we'd get a lot of views, and I think we'll have a lot of sex in there. That's why it's.
It would get a lot of views. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you want to play him, don't you?
I am him. So far, Dr. Ben is stiffing us, but that's okay because I have something for you.
Bring it.
That I've been waiting for the right time for this. No.
What's her name?
What's
she? Or as Jerry Reed says, Smoking the Bandit, what's she wearing now? Anyway.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I told you about this here thing. I found Time Magazine did a thing on the best 100 movies made with the 10 best from each decade. That's how they split them up.
All right.
So I want you to pick a decade, or I started with the first thing I went to, of course, was the 80s because I wanted to find out if Moonstruck made it, and
did it?
It did.
Oh,
it was one of the 10 best, and I'll here. And the thing I like about it a lot is the reasons why they don't just list them.
Mm-hmm.
But I love this. There weren't many great romantic comedies in the late 80s, which made the appearance of Norman Jewison's Moonstruck a small miracle, like the special glowing love bestowing moon that figures in the movie's plot. Mm-hmm. Cher plays Loretta Castorini, a 37-year-old widow who has dutifully agreed to marry a man who's all wrong for her. Danny Aiello's stolid? How do you say that?
Stolid.
Stoli is the vodka. Johnny Camilleri. When Johnny is called away to Sicily to tend to his dying mother, he sends Loretta on a mission to connect with his estranged brother, Ronnie, Nicolas Cage. Ronnie is a bitter and somewhat socially inept baker with a prosthetic hand, and he blames Johnny for the accident that caused it. But Loretta is having none of his complaints and nonsense, and that's how he knows immediately she's the woman for him. His passionate streak simply has no outlet until he literally sweeps her off her feet and carries her to the bed, at which point she knows she is too is a goner and falls into a fake Sarah Bernhardt style swoon. Cher, with her pinpoint timing and satiny voice, was one of the most delightful actresses of this era. Cage was still nearing the beginning of his career and figuring out what he could do, which, it turns out, was a lot.
I don't know if he did that before or after Raising Arizona. I think after. I think it was after. Yeah, that was 89, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was 87.
Oh, you know what? Raising Arizona was 87 too, I think. Or maybe,
really?
You know what? No.
What year?
It was 85. It was 85.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, as the firebrand romantic Ronnie with his sad, mooing eyes, he gives one of his finest and funniest performances. Moonstruck, written by John Patrick Shanley. I don't know how that works. And
he's great.
In the Italy thing.
I know. Actually, he's terrific. He's a good writer.
Here, he tells us that the wrong person is often the right person, and doing things out of duty is sometimes the surest way to mess up. Those ideas come straight from the classic romantic comedy handbook, but they're truths, not truisms. And I love that line. They're truths, not truisms. And to watch these characters find those truths out for themselves is a particular kind of moonlit bliss. I think that's an intelligent review.
Not too bad.
Of why. So do you want to know, I want to know from the 80s, since I'm on this decade, we can pick any decade you want, but since I'm on this one, they have 10 from the 80s.
Okay.
And some, like Empire Strikes Back, 1980. They have it in the top.
80, yeah, that's right.
80. E.T., 82.
82.
Yeah, no brainer.
Summer of 82 is like the Woodstock for nerds.
Well, wait. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That was
1982
as well. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of it? Now we're going to start getting into some, I don't know this territory.
Getting in the weeds. All right.
The Night of the Shooting Stars.
I remember when that came. I did not. I've never seen that.
1982. Do you want me to read about it or no? You want me to
skip it. I want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other ones. 83. The Right Stuff.
Good stuff.
83. Sans Soleil.
I've never seen that. I've always meant to. Never got around to that.
86,
Mhm.
Blue Velvet. Talk about Dennis Hopper.
Oh, gotta love it.
Um,
I was taking that movie far too young. I was 16.
It was crazy. It is crazy. 87, Wings of Desire.
I love that movie. Wim Wenders. Wim Wenders is the director, German fellow. Yeah.
That looks crazy. But there's one I haven't said because I haven't heard of it, and I'm surprised because the main actor is John Travolta, and it was in 1981. Any guesses before I tell you what it is?
Is it Blowout?
Yes.
Oh, I love that movie. Brian De Palma. It's a great movie.
What?
I just watched it a couple weeks ago. Actually, it's phenomenal. Well, I'm a De Palma in a De Palma phase right now. Anyway, I'm just.
Are you?
I'm gonna.
Well, didn't De Palma do?
Dressed to Kill?
Yeah, but The Untouchables.
Yes, he did. 87.
Oh, that was good and bloody. He's
bloody.
Movie. So, what was this about?
So Travolta plays a sound engineer for a Hollywood kind of a low budget monster movie, schlocky kind of thing. So of course it's already in my wheelhouse.
Alley. Yeah.
And he winds up recording what is potentially an assassination, a political hit. And Nancy Allen's in there too, who I think was Mrs. De Palma at the time.
Yeah, Nancy Allen, Sally.
Yeah. And so basically, Travolta's character has audio evidence of who done it, and various nefarious parties want to see the.
Oh, you said nefarious.
Yes,
he's nefarious.
Mustache twirlers. Actually, I think the lead mustache twirler is John Lithgow. He's great. He and De Palma work together quite a bit. Yeah.
I don't see his name. But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, it's a really good. De Palma was, speaking of Alfred Hitchcock, a student of Hitchcock, and some could actually say a ripper offer of Hitchcock. But if you're gonna rip someone off, do it. You go after the best. And De Palma added a layer. I think he's a very undervalued and underrated when people talk about great directors. De Palma's something special. But he's very lewd and leery and.
Here, let me just read the first couple lines of this. Brian De Palma came of age working in the new Hollywood of the 1970s, alongside peers and friends like Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, and Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, he was one of that little brat pack there.
Yet his films, though often admired, weren't treated as great feats of artistry as theirs were. History, shifted by enthusiasm of the younger movie lovers, has changed that in the past few years, but no matter when or how you found your way to it, Blowout has always been great.
It's a good movie.
And it goes on to other things.
It's a great movie.
All right, pick another decade.
Oh, give me the 90s. I had a good time in the 90s.
Yeah, 90s. Okay, 10 best.
All right.
Do you want to guess, or should I just
I'll
read?
throw a few out there, and then when I run dry, you can.
There's a lot I don't know. Oh, there's a couple I really like.
So I'm pretty sure Pulp Fiction's in there. I'd be shocked. No, it didn't let that one in. That's surprising. Okay, then I'll go to Goodfellas.
Nope.
Okay, Goodfellas and Pulp Fiction did not make the best of the 90s.
Right.
That's kind of wild. Okay. Those are my aces in the hole. What else in the 90s? Jeez.
A bunch of these I heard of. I've seen maybe one or two of them.
Okay.
I love one of them, but there is a Quentin Tarantino movie in here. It is not.
Oh, so
Pulp
probably
Fiction,
then they went to Reservoir Dogs, I suppose.
No.
No. Jackie Brown?
Yes.
Wow, and that's a great movie. I'm just
surprised.
I love it. I'm really surprised they did not. My camera's having issues here. Okay, there we go. Jackie Brown's a masterpiece. That is a great, somewhat underrated in his catalog, because
big time.
That's a movie that takes its time and just kind of lets the characters.
She is
grow.
so powerful.
Oh, Pam Grier is amazing in that movie. No, who I love even more though is Robert Forster, the late Robert Forster, as bail bondsman Max Cherry. What a great role. I mean, that was just something that it was a really kind of touching role. A guy who's, kind of on the back nine, as they say, and kind of swept off his feet by this mysterious stewardess, and one of the most romantic endings of all time, because they don't really wind up together. You know? She jets off to Spain, and he's like, he's on the phone with his next bail bonds call. Yep. I mean, it's just great. It's greatness. I love that movie.
I'll just read the end of this review. The story, adapted from Elmore Leonard's 1992 novel Rum Punch, involves multiple double crossings and a not insignificant number of nasty murders. Yet the movie is filled with love, chiefly Tarantino's love for Forster and Greer,
Yeah.
two actors he was nuts about as a kid, and their glory is here. Jackie Brown is Tarantino's warmest movie, a love letter to the second chance. Everybody deserves one. I love the reviews that are in this. I really
did a good job. Yeah, that's it's tough to come by someone who can write about films objectively and warmly. I love the sequence of Jackie Brown. I love that's what Bridget Fonda's Taylor going through the shopping mall parking lot, and she's just riding him the whole way because he's kind of stressed out, can't find the car, and he's like, finally he says,
De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro, which is one of my favorite De Niro roles too, because actually he's
just such a loser.
He's just a lowlife who can't smoke pot anymore because he's like, oh, I keep coughing, I can't get and she's like, look, I'm telling you, stop talking. And she doesn't, and so he's like, bam!
Yep, that's it. I've had enough.
Just the best. It's wonderful stuff. Yeah.
All right, do you want to hear the 10?
Yeah, bring them.
Since you were way off.
Yeah, I'm choking. I don't know.
All right, some of these Hard Boiled.
John Woo, good movie.
1992.
Crazy action movie. There's a lot of bullets in that one. Whew.
Yes, the picture they show is a guy with 245s. Okay,
you can always have two.
That was 92. Malcolm X, 94.
Yeah, Spike Lee. All right.
92.
All right.
No, still 92.
Yep.
Carlito's Way.
Another De Palma movie. Yeah, that's actually I haven't watched that in years, and I on my little De Palma kick, I got to get on that one because I don't remember liking that one much, but I have a feeling I may have missed the boat, so I'm going to give it a look again.
Chungking Express.
Oh, I didn't think they'd go that obscure. That's a guy named Wong Kar-wai. That movie is phenomenal. Yeah, that movie.
Wong Kar-wai is phenomenal. That is okay.
He's the best.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm a sucker for Hong Kong directors.
You missed it. Before Sunrise, 95.
Richard Linklater. Good movie. Yeah. That's part of a trilogy. Those are great. Those are crazy to watch. I mean, Linklater's another one of those directors. It's like, he deserves a lot more than he gets in this country. He did Boyhood, which, of course, was an Oscar winner. 12 years of filming. I thought it was amazing. But, not everyone's cup of tea, I guess. But I loved it.
I thought he did great with all those kids all the time on TV. Oh, that was Art Linklater.
Say the darndest things, don't they?
Yes. 95, Dead Man.
That is Jim Jarmusch. I love that movie. Boy, they're really, I can't believe they're picking. I didn't think they'd go this obscure and this edgy. Time Magazine.
Right.
Did you just get something from Dr. Ben?
Yes, he wants to know if we're still on.
Ben.
Yes, I'm going to say yes, bring it.
Come on in. You have 4 minutes. Let's see what you can do in 4 minutes.
I just put yes, bring it.
What in the world?
96. So did I tell you Dead Man?
You said Dead Man, yeah, which I saw opening day and I loved it.
Johnny Depp looks
weird neo. They call those acid westerns, I think.
Acid western, okay.
Absolutely.
Irma Vep.
Never seen that. Always wanted to. Good movie.
Jackie Brown, All About My Mother, 99.
Pedro Almodovar. I've never seen that. I always wanted to see
that. He's coming. Beau Travail.
Okay.
Beau Travail.
Don't know that one at all.
Let's see. I'll read you the thing.
Completely in the dark.
It looks like to watch Claire Denis's Beau Travail for the first time is to be handed a key. Okay, whatever, Dennis. Without knowing exactly what opens or how to use it. The story is based loosely on Herman Melville's unfinished and posthumously published novel Billy Budd. Galoup, an officer in the French Foreign Legion stationed in Djibouti, he's played by an astonishing actor, Denis Lavant. Like a man with a willful snake coiled inside him, takes an instant dislike to one of the new men under his commands, Santan, and they're all French names, so forget it.
It's all over.
Yeah. So anyway, they're always walking, running, stretching. Their exercise room become. There are times when you're not sure what Dennis is showing us or why, but at the end, one of the greatest endings in all of film, with Lavant as its pinwheel center, you've seen something unlike something else, and you've had the key all along. That's a pretty.
Yes, I'll have to add it to the roster.
Yeah.
Speaking of Francais, they had a trailer for Ridley Scott's Napoleon today.
Oh, I saw that trailer.
Pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes. I mean,
yeah,
I'm intrigued. I'm not sure how.
I saw a trailer before you did.
What? Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, like about a month ago, I saw it.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how. Joaquin Phoenix is playing that role. It seems it's because it looks like he's not really doing anything. He's just like, oh, hey, how's it going? I'm Napoleon. It's like, wow. All right. I mean, he's kind of just
the battle scenes look unbelievable in
Those
there.
look stunning, and I mean, I like. There's a cool scene in the trailer I liked where they were gonna. Obviously, the French Parliament or whatever was about to take some sort of vote, and he fills the room with his soldiers with swords drawn and said, "Okay, let's vote." I thought that was. I thought that was a nice little January 6th thing going on there.
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. This is a longer. This is, I guess, was a newer trailer. I guess the one you saw was from a little while ago. Well, look.
Okay. Wow. Look. Whoa.
Wow.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
Gilbert Bain, a man of the city, a man strolling the city. Hello, Dr. Ben.
Speaking of Napoleon, where are you? Where have you been?
You?
I'm at the Mequon Market. Where are you guys?
I'm in an undisclosed location. I'm a hostage.
Oh, it kind of looks that way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Send a cash check or money order.
It's very, very wow. That I'm concerned for you, Bulldog. Are you okay?
There's a Nigerian prince who's holding me.
Don't be concerned for him. He's gone. It's over. Don't bother. Hey, Dr. Ben, there's supposed to be. I heard today someone gave me rave reviews about a Mexican restaurant at the Mequon Market.
I just had food from there. It was really good.
Wow,
what's the name of the place? Well. It's because they have a great food truck too, I guess.
Let me check. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna check.
Right.
Tom, what is the name of the place we just got that stuff from? The Mexican food. Boca Rica. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's Boca Rica.
Okay, Boca Rica.
Nice.
Boca Rica.
How do you like that for a seg?
I like the Boca Rica. I had a very good. There's a lot of cilantro in it. It was absolutely delicious.
Yeah, the review I got today is you can actually taste the flavors instead of being overwhelmed with some spicy altogether that people do with Mexican food all too often to cover any like me subtle.
It was subtle and it was good. And it was one of the better Mexican meals I've had in a long time.
Boca Rica, okay.
All right, it's Friday night. Did you really put it away? Did you get the big dish? Did you get, I want to know, did you cut loose tonight, Ben?
Right, what's going on?
I just can't get over the Bulldog appearance tonight. I feel like this is I might have to come on Friday nights every time.
This is Bulldog After Dark.
This is amazing. I love it.
It is scary stuff, Ben.
We're going to bring it down with a little Barry White here now, and never going to give up on you, babe.
We could barely keep under control at 8:00 in the morning. At 8:00 at night, it's over. It's over, baby.
This is concerning me. Okay. Oh well, I like it. So, would you guys like to hear my topic for today?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, bring it.
Okay. So, my topic for you guys tonight, as far as exercise goes, is no one is interested on a Friday night. No one wants to hear about exercise. But so, I have gotten a lot of flack on the internet for basically telling people to exercise safer, like exercise with more of your future self in mind. So I just feel like many people should consider the benefit of what you're doing in your exercising versus the risk of injury when they're selecting either their form of exercise and or the exercise they're doing. So that's what I would like to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Good. So let's get right after it. There was one. There was one that
launch all missiles.
Enough with being.
Let's get right after it.
Forget the subtlety. We're in Bulldog After Dark.
We don't
come on, bring it, Ben.
Oh my God, this is so strange. I feel like I'm in. Did you guys watch the one series where there was the Netflix series where there was the kid
Dahmer?
that he got sucked into the underworld?
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things. What was that thing called? It was
the Underneath.
The Underneath.
The Underneath was game. No, where were they were in the underworld. What was it called, Campbell?
Upside down.
The Upside Down.
The Upside Down. Yes.
I feel like
speaking of which, Ben, I've got to interrupt you. I've got to interrupt because you're going to get really mad about this. Walmart is introducing a new line of flavors based on the Upside Down, and it's all just as I'm sure there's natural ingredients. What was it? The olefil? What was the stuff? The sugar replacement?
Oh, sucralose, and in addition to inulin. Yeah.
The thing you like. what that we were singing about last week?
No, the one starts with an A.
Sucralose.
No. The one
No. The good stuff. What's the good stuff with less sugar in it?
EW off.
All you were teaching us about
You
last
ate a
week.
spoonful of it on the air, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sucralose. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
no.
Yes, it was.
Come on, AW.
Review the tape. It was.
I'll review the
sucralose.
tape. Okay, we're interrupting you. But anyway, Walmart's got a new, based on Stranger Things ice cream line coming out. Anyway, go ahead. Where are you coming from on this exercise? Don't be an idiot hurting yourself.
So first of all, I'd like to again say that I feel like I'm in the upside down right now. I feel like I've gone into an alternate reality on the Jack Henke and Bulldog show. I don't know where I am right now.
Oh, perfect.
I'm slightly scared, but so we just did a recent YouTube video, just basically on like, just be smart about it, because I think if you as a consumer of exercise would look at it, you would say like, okay, like I'm going to do this. So risk the benefit. So like I'm going to do this exercise that has great benefit to me, but there's high risk. If as a coach, I'm a coach, I should tell the person like, hey, this is a high benefit, but there's a 30% chance you're going to injure yourself for the rest of your life.
Rest of your life.
Rest of your life. So, and, everyone likes to tout all the hard exercises, the things that are really intense. But your future self might be like, hey, could I go back in a time capsule and go back to when I was younger and I did that super stupid thing that was either shown to me or told to me or whatever. And all I'm saying is there's a lot of very beneficial exercises that are a little bit lower risk. So let's go to the lower risk side of the spectrum that also has high benefit. So like, let's do low risk.
Ooh, listen to the
high benefit. let's not, don't do high
I'm starting to sweat.
That's all I'm saying. Like, don't do that. Like, that's so stupid. Like, as a physical therapist that has walked people into the clinic crying because they've hurt themselves so badly on the floor in the gym, like, because our gym is unsupervised. It's a gym where you can just go in there, do whatever you want.
Yep.
And, it just makes me sad. And that's why I keep making all these videos about different exercises that are more risky. So if anyone wants to get a list, I've compiled by every different movement pattern a list of least risk to highest risk, and also best benefit to worst benefit. If anyone wants that list, they just have to email me at info@formerfitness.com. I'll give them that list of exercises, because most people have not had the experience I've had of doing this for like 30 years, where you're, well, okay, well, hell, hang on, well.
There's some water you have to hydrate.
Most people have not had the experience of watching what exercises seem to harm people over the course of 2 decades or 3 decades, and what exercises seem to be a little bit safer. And all I would like to do, because I care about Bulldog, especially, not even more so now that I see the dark Bulldog. Is that Mordor behind you? Like, I feel like,
no,
Lord
sir,
of the Rings?
that is the upside down. That is
my
Hawkins.
goodness, this is like,
That is Hawkins, Indiana.
Yes. I care about Jack Henke and Bulldog and everybody. I don't want you guys to hurt yourselves. So I would just like to give you a list and be like, hey, if anyone tells you to do this particular Olympic lift as a 40 or 50-year-old man or 60-year-old man, please don't do it. Like, or,
all right.
Sorry. Okay, I'm talking too much. What do I
No,
do?
not at all.
No.
You know why? No, not at all. To your point, this morning, was at my Friday morning class. MJ, who's like the greatest trainer, one of the greatest trainers in history, because she combines fun and safe things.
Yep.
We're going out to the area outside, and this guy, who is a great guy, younger, in early 30s. I haven't seen him in a week or two. He's usually in the class. He's got like not a brace, but like a knee sleeve kind of thing on.
Yeah.
And I'm not running right now, so whenever we go, I walk over there. I walk fast, but so he's walking with me. I say, hey, what's going on with that? He said, well, I was really inspired. I listened to this guy who was an ultra marathon saying, doing all this, you gotta tough this out and do it. You can do it. Everybody can do this. Everything can do it. He goes, so I tried to do it. He goes, and I really hurt my knee. And he goes, I don't think it's hurt, but it hurts. And here's the guy who's in great shape. I know he is a triathlete. I mean, he's done stuff.
Yep.
So he knows things. He's not someone just, coming in off the street and going, I'm going to try and bench 250 pounds or whatever it is.
Yep.
But still, the point is, they can make it sound so exciting, and it's the challenge and the grit, and it's so you got to have heart, and no one can tell you no. It happens so if you take a step back, common sense would tell you that's effing crazy.
Yes.
Who's that?
I don't know who that is behind me. I don't know who that is. I hope he leaves. Where's Goya?
Don't you bring your people to these things to scrape off the?
I'm over here.
No,
but
today of all days, talk about perfect timing.
Usually, Secret Service jumps on these people for Dr. Ben.
Yeah.
So I agree with you guys, Jack. That you just very eloquently stated the entire point. There are these people online that encourage people to do extreme things, and tell you that it's so amazing and it's so awesome. But if you would honestly tell that person, hey, you have a 1/3 chance you're going to injure yourself for life if you do this.
For life, that's the thing he keeps throwing in.
Would they still do it? Would they still do it? Your knee is never going to be the same. By the way, 20, 15 years from now, after you do this thing this dumb person tells you to do, you're going to have your knee replaced or your hip replaced. Yeah. And that's what medical professionals like I have to deal with, where I have to hear about, I've done many videos. The video I got the most roasted for on YouTube, I gave my 3 or 4 different exercises that I've seen hurt people the most. And I had so many people comment in that, oh my God, I can't believe that you said this particular exercise is bad. I know someone that's still doing it, they're 80. Well, I know 15 or 20 or 30 people that got hurt really badly in their 20s doing it. It's like, yes, I know some people are resilient and they can do things their entire life, but for the rest of us normal human beings, we would like to know where can I get the results and the benefits with the least amount of risk. Doesn't that make sense? Why wouldn't you want to do that?
It's not that you're wimping out. You're not wimping out.
You're not wimping out. You're just being smart.
You know what's just in the news recently was comedian Kevin Hart wound up in a wheelchair doing something stupid.
Yes.
He was, I don't know, he was just some kind of challenge. He was kind of sprinting by.
Some guy challenged him.
Yeah. Just, like a
retired football player
Yeah.
Challenged him like a 40-yard dash or something.
And he ripped up all kinds of stuff in his
he ripped his crotch.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah. He's in a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair.
For a long time. Yeah.
Look it up. And he is quoted saying, I can't believe this is stupid. I never don't do stupid stuff. He's not saying I'm tough, I can handle it. He is coming clean. He's like, this is ridiculous. How stupid was I?
I hear you guys, and I think you said it, Jack. Is I feel like there's a lot of people encouraging people to do very extreme things. Like I would say a barbell clean and press with a heavy weight over the top of your head for a 40-year-old who has never exercised before is an extreme thing. Yeah. And there's many people. Oh my God, hang on, I got to get this guy out of frame. There's many people that that are being encouraged to do that. Like it's a normal thing. Everyone should be able to do that. Well, that's not normal. That is bringing the extreme into the mainstream. So I would put that for CrossFit, extreme bodybuilding, extreme ultra running, whatever you want to put in that category.
My ex-wife suggested something really extreme once. She said, "Marry me."
Marry Bulldog.
And how did that work out? Yes, you were injured for life.
I'm in a damn wheelchair.
I was in a dark room with that Stranger Things and the Upside Down. Bulldog has been relegated to the Upside Down because of that.
There's no stranger thing than Bulldog.
Yeah. I'm just so sick of people like promoting the extreme in exercise because you ruin it for everybody. How about get a real education and learn how to exercise for real so you don't hurt everybody and stop promoting all that crap, and let people, because guys, you know what the best form of exercise is for most people? It's just a walk down your street with a friend. That's probably the best thing. It's not.
I was hoping you were going to say. I thought you were going to say the horizontal bop, and I would be going, yeah.
oh my goodness! Oh, now Jack is taking it way too far. Wow! Holy smokes!
Welcome to Friday night, Dr. Ben.
Oh, I'm definitely upside down right now.
Hey, exactly. Upside down, right side up, any which way you like it.
Hey, baby, let's try it with the pen.
This is just getting.
Dr. Ben says upside down, baby. Let's go.
Oh my goodness!
But not extreme. Not extreme. I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah. Oh.
You want me to remove what from your what?
Yes. Oh, wow.
Oh, man. I like Dr. Ben on Friday nights because he is a crusader. He is like Dave Ramsey. He's over here telling you that your wallet,
I'm sorry.
I love it.
I just have to I'm sorry. I just have to
No apologies. This is what we
dispel
want.
the truth because it's like, until you're the one that has to take care of these people after they've hurt themselves so badly, don't dispel the information. Don't, CrossFit gym or whatever you are, try to say you're this amazing thing. And where I'm rehabbing all the injured people that are here's your cane because you've been, I would just like to have a better thought process on that. So that it's you know what, Karen, you could do this as a 45-year-old, new to exercise mom, but we are going to do something different. I know you heard that that's cool, online, but we're not going to flip a gigantic, super heavy tire that you can't even do that. We're going to do something a lot safer for you so you get benefit. I don't know. It's so
Friday night that all I heard was Karen. All I heard was Karen, the nude exercise.
I know. That's what I was going to say. What did you say? You said. I know. I said the exact same thing. You said nude to exercise, and Bulldog and I both heard nude exercise, mom.
It's new. This is
going to be
an exercise. Oh my God!
You guys are out of control.
Yes. Nude.
No.
Karen, the nude exercise. We're going to be taking
Dr. Ben after dark. You don't need to do the extreme stuff. Just don't wear any clothes.
All right. We are taking headshots for the role of.
Hey, watch it. Boom. Headshots. I got a headshot for you.
I think my point has lost its effect. I lost my message.
I think your point was well taken, dude.
Absolutely. Well, I took notes. But anyway, no, it's good. It's good stuff and it's good material. And thankfully, whenever I try to get out there, I don't hear those voices of push. I just hear 10 steps that way.
Define get out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That walk that Dr. Ben was talking about in your neighborhood.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the best things you can do. And I own a gym, and I'm trying to get people to join my gym and everything. But the best thing most people could do is just take a walk every night after dinner. That is super huge. And then, of course, if you want to add to it, if you want the cherry on top, if you want the sprinkles, speaking in your language, if you want all that other stuff, then of course
who doesn't
some thoughtful strength training. We'd add some thoughtful mobility work.
I gotta work my core if you know what I mean, Doc.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
As in hardcore.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on. This has been the weirdest radio interview of my life.
Wait till next week. We got so much stuff for you.
I'm never coming back on Friday night ever.
This will be your most popular video ever. I guarantee.
Next week we're gonna pelt you with round meal. I'm telling you. Next week is when we pelt you with round meal.
What is that? What is that?
It's, of course, macaroni and beef circular in cellophane, of course.
How big is that? Is that like a foot in diameter?
It's as big as my soul.
That is really
It's
spooky.
bigger than that.
That's really weird looking. Oh, my gosh.
We'll break down round meal next week on the show. Anyway,
Okay.
Dr. Ben, get back to your Mexican cuisine.
Yes.
Well, thank you, guys. Have a wonderful Friday night.
You too.
I will see you soon.
Great.
Nice to see you,
Thanks
man.
a lot,
Take
Doc.
care. All right.
Take care. Have a good night.
Christopher.
Hasta la vista,
baby.
baby.
All right, adios.
Classic.
Well, that was worth staying up for.
Oh, man.
There we go. That's a Friday show. We stayed after school because we were naughty.
That was scarier than Count Floyd.
That was just great.
That was. It was an all-star.
Possibly our finest hour. So anyway, greatest night on television, as what's his name? Chris Rock said after he met Will Smith. So here we go. Boom.
Boom.
We will be back on Tuesday. Have yourself a fine Labor Day weekend. No Jerry Lewis to watch, but you can watch reruns of us or something for, what can you do? Yeah. That's It was such a staple. The MDA telethon. I used to watch it all.
I didn't even have time. He took me so by surprise. I didn't have time to explain my Quister Quake.
Well, that's in the cereal aisle. You don't even want to go there. So,
we were all over the place. Hardly any sports. A lot of movie stuff.
What a wild night.
Brewers are up 3-1, I think, at this
point. Very nice. After they your
lead-off home run.
We were there for that one, and then some good things happened. So
yes.
Yeah, very nice. All right.
Yep.
Well,
3-1 in the fifth right now.
Can't go wrong there. So cool. Back next week. We will play, hopefully, the clip of the League of Women Voters, Marissa and Victoria, interviewing each other, and that'll be fun. And more stuff. That's what we do on the show. We do stuff.
Marissa's a barista, too, at Job House.
I got to go see her, and I promised I'd see her and round up some of them their little beads. Some of them their little...
good.
A bit of boba. I'm going to do some boba tomorrow, I think. I got to work tomorrow. Come see me at the library, 8 to 4. No, actually 9:30 to 4. I'm there at 8, but I'll put you in a good book together.
Well, you got good air conditioning. We're going to need it this weekend.
Sounds like it's going to be toasty. So,
yep.
All right, folks.
Okay.